Hello, happy Friday. Welcome to the Round Table and the Midwest Anime Show. Let me introduce my fellow panel members. I got Mr. Conspiracy. Go and throw your hands up, Chunk Deuces. I got the professor at the bottom, rocking that Nike shirt looking special. I got Pooh Bear, aka Christopher Robbins in the mask. The mask man is
No
here.
relations, baby.
We might just call that dude the Visored. You know what I'm saying? What a the Visored. And it's your boy DOC representing today Demon Slayer, And for the product of the stores, you can get you some of this. You'll saying some nice merch. So that's what we're talking about. But today on the round table, one of my new favorite anime slash manga is going to be drum roll. I don't know if we got that special effect, but it is. Thank you, sir. It is going to be Hell's Paradise. If you haven't seen it, I think Crunchyroll is the only place to watch it. I don't know if it's on Hulu, but Crunchyroll definitely. I'm just gonna start to my first person, Mr. Conspiracy. What do you think about Hell's Paradise? I'm interested to see.
The main character, Gobimaru, is legit. Let me say this: if you don't like Shinobi, then you would definitely like it after you watch this. I believe that the storytelling was really done well, and it was just different from any other anime that I've seen thus far. Even if you read manga, I think it's actually different from the actual story of where they took it from how they actually started the actual story, from showing you what he is as a criminal basically, and then going to the fact of, oh, okay, well, like he seemed a little bit timid, and then realizing, oh, like he's an assassin, and that's why he's a criminal. Okay, cool. Then going into, well, he's just a killer. And then we go into another level of, well, he's not just a killer, and then when he gets among like the top, let's call them S rank criminals on this island, now you're like, okay, cool, like he's amongst his peers, and then you realize, well, no, there's a level above them, and he's a monster. Now it's like, okay, now you got these top notch clans. You're like, well, they're cool too, but this dude is just a monster but monsters, and I believe that his character alone, regardless of all the other characters, I think just his character alone just basically just does it for me when it comes to the show.
Okay. All right. Pooh Bear, what you got for me on Hell's Paradise? What's your thoughts on it, man? What's your thoughts?
Man, so when I first every beginning of the year and end year, you know how Crunchyroll comes out with this new batch of animes. I think they come out with about 5 or 7 of them. Professor, you think that's about right? Anyway, yeah. Hell's Paradise quickly went to the top of my watching list, and I tell you, I need them to Netflix this thing because once a week ain't doing enough for me. You know, like Mr. Conspiracy said, it started off um, hot. Like it straight goes into like, yeah, this dude. It kind of lets you know who he is, how he is, his mentality. Hey, I'm a killer. It is what it is. I'm hollow, which is what's his nickname, right? The hollow. I have no feelings. I was bred to be assassin, a killer. That's it. That's my life. But then it shows, well, okay, but that's not true. You know, you saying what's that girl's name? The beheader girl.
Oh, you
Everybody know
talking
Sajiri, I
about
think it is.
yeah,
Sandra.
Sajiri.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sajiri.
Sandra.
Yep.
She was so cold blooded at the beginning. You know, I liked her at the get go too. She's like, you saying you wanna die, but you're not dying. What's up with that? I call BS, son. I think you want to live. And right then there, it kind of sparked like, well, damn, do I? Then it gets to the flashbacks. His wife, well, shit, I guess I do want to live. I got a whole wife. I need to get back home. I think he's still a virgin too. On top of it, but we're not gonna go there anyway. But I don't think he touched his wife to be honest. Anyway, but yeah. So as soon as they get to that island, man, boy, full throttle, and I like to see his character as it's continued to develop, and he's growing and it's showing you just how much his wife is his anchor. I guess his anchor and his humanity, and I love that. I love the visuals, the animation is hot, the music goes along with it, the voice acting is incredible. They it's all synced together. I don't want to give too much of it right now, but yeah, I'm loving it. I'm already ready for season. Screw
I
two. I
meant to,
want three
I meant to say, for everybody watching, spoiler alert, because we're gonna give some
now. Oh
stuff
yeah.
away.
Yeah.
We're gonna give some stuff away. So spoiler alert, if you do not want to know what's going on in Hell's Paradise, please click off the video. You know what I'm saying? And come back to us. But the most important thing is we need you to like and subscribe and comment below, on what you think about the show. Professor, tell me, you the one that got me into this. So like, what is it for you? Like, what is this for you?
Well, man, y'all pretty much said everything that kind of needs to be said. I don't know that, y'all left any meat on the bone for me. Just kind of, anime is dope, just Hell's Paradise, and I just kind of saw the animation, just kind of saw, kind of trailer. It didn't really draw me to it, man. I was actually kind of just looking for something new to watch. I watched everything kind of on my watch list. So I just kind of clicked on it just because it was new, just kind of give it a chance. And it just started off as um, like B said, I ain't gonna call you Pooh Bear. We're gonna get that out. We're gonna get that out the gate first of all. So what B said, they were trying to assassinate, they were trying to execute him, and he just wouldn't die. And they just kind of went through this whole storyline, just like his love for his wife was keeping him alive. He thought he was just hollow inside. He thought he had no feelings. He thought that was the source of his strength. He thought because he had no feelings, that's just the way he was taught. That's the way he was raised. And he then just through the progression, he kind of slowly realized that wasn't the truth. His true strength was his love for his wife, and it wasn't the lies that the ninja clan or the shinobi clan had been teaching him. And so it just kind of opened up his eyes, and just like through 11 short episodes, you see this entire change in this character, his whole entire character arc. Typically, you can go 26 episodes, My Hero Academia, they in like season 6, and you haven't seen this much growth in a character. And so in 11
Great.
episodes, to see this much growth, this much psychological growth of what they've done in this character, it's pretty special for anime. And so I think it's pretty distinct for anime. I can't think of any anime that you see this much of growth of a character, just from a psychological perspective, relationship perspective, the way that he sees the world, the way that he interacts with people. He was getting to the point that he really didn't want to kill people. He was just trying to let bygones be bygones, but just because of situations, crazy criminals, people trying to test him, he had to kill. And then when he gets on this island, it became a necessity, it was kill or be killed. And so even though he didn't want to do that, just, reflexively as he used to, he was killing because he had to, not because he wanted to, not because he didn't care. He did care. He just had to, to get back to his wife. And so just kind of the way the story arc, all the characters, the island, how they're portraying things. At one point it was kind of getting a little too fantastical. You thought it may get stupid, but it never did. It kind of brought everything back into the story. I don't know much about, Buddhism or Taoism, kind of the symbolisms they use, but you really don't need to know all that stuff. They kind of explain things well enough to kind of follow the character and follow the storyline and follow what's going on. And it just draws you in. All the characters, they're all interesting. They all have their own story arcs. Nothing's really wasted. There are no filler episodes, none whatsoever. Not an episode is wasted. I can think about so many animes, they just have these wasted episodes. It's boring, no character development, nothing's going on. This ain't that anime. No wasted episodes, no wasted characters. Man, it's pretty high. The more I talk about it, the more I think about it, it's kind of ratcheting up on my anime list of one of my favorite animes.
I think that what makes this so unique is most of the time with anime, I don't think they give you a real life perspective on how something can drastically change your life, right? You know what I'm saying? But when you take this character and you put him in a situation where, like you said, his motivation is, at first is I don't think I deserve to live. I want to die, but it's like, my wife. But then when we get there, like you said, there's a lot of character growth. But Gabi Maru, by far, isn't necessary. I mean, he hard. Don't get me wrong. He is not my favorite character. And spoiler alert, episode 8, my favorite character got wasted. Tenzei, the one who's the blind dude's disciple. My dude with my dude in episode 8
the
gave
day.
he gave 0. He was like, listen, I'm gonna die. You didn't gave me this training and you gonna get away. Like you have no that dude was he willed himself. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Stupid to realize.
My dude, it was like some Mad Max level stuff. Remember when in the first beginning of Mad Max, when the dude gets shot in the head and he will himself back up to go blow himself up? That's what yeah. My dude, listen, that's what happened. He sprayed the shiny. He was like, I'm gonna see you even though I'm gonna die. He sprayed the shiny on. And he gave that dude all the business he could. He said, this dude should be dead. His will pushed him through. He was like, this is who I am. That was my favorite episode, dude, because my dude didn't care. He didn't care. And it was like, once we get to the end, like you said, he was, shh, hey, Sensei, get out of here. I got this. That dude got holes in all parts of his body. He's still banging the dude. Sword break. He beat that dude up with his hands. I'm like, golly, like, yo, what can I tell you? You know what I'm saying? Like, the anime itself is, from what I've seen, and all the characters, like, to your point, like, they're all good and they're all very well written character arcs. For everybody, there's not anybody. Even I thought the female shinobi was gonna be dumb, but she just sly. You know what I'm saying? She behind the scenes.
She slick.
She just slick. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you need all these characters to figure out what's going on and things like that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, them Tenzin, boy. I'm gonna tell you, first of all, I was freaked out. All right. First of all, I got dudes turning into chicks, chicks turning into dudes. I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? They like he morphing back and forth. I like, is it the Power Rangers is on? Is it morphing time? I didn't know what was going on. You know what I'm saying? At first. Yeah. And then it get weird because you be cutting off their body parts and then it's the plants that come out of them and put them back together. And I was like, it's some weird stuff. But I like it. It's out there. It's a little wild. But for the show, I definitely enjoyed everything with the character. So I will say, Professor, I appreciate it, putting me on this because it's even to a point where I'm like, yo, the manga's hot. And the manga go even deeper. If you ain't read the manga, it go even deeper into the crazy. Like you find out some real gangster stuff. I don't know. Again, I'm gonna hit you with I'm gonna go ahead and throw this up here for them spoiler alerts that are about to pop off real quick. Because if you ain't read that manga, I gotta throw this out there when your boy Gabi Maru and they like your wife might not be real, and I was like, oh Jesus, because the dude of that clan, he's known for genjutsu. And the female shinobi was like, are your memories even real? Do you know if you actually... Yeah, dog. Like, you don't even know if he having, like, one of them Afro Samurai moments. Like, did they trick that dude? His motivation is, it might not even be real, which is even more messed up. Because then, I'm thinking, if he didn't know, he probably would have just got executed, you know what I'm saying? If you don't really know what's going on.
They better hope she's real. That's all I have to say.
Because he coming.
But I tell you, I tell you the one thing that gave me chills though, out of all the episodes, because we'll go back to his clan. I think it was the Iwakagure.
Yeah,
his clan. Yeah. Apparently, there's a bunch of ninja clans, right? But his is like top notch.
The elite. Yeah, they the elites.
The elite. When he found out when they were lining that they were coming in how many days?
Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 days. Yeah, they only
had
2 or 3 days.
It was 2 or 3 days.
When he found out they was coming, did y'all see the look on his face? He was like, we got to hurry up.
Yeah.
We got to hurry up. And it's like, what? It's like, when they come, nothing's surviving. We got to hurry up. We got to get out of here. I was like, that told me, I was like, oh, his clan is the truth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just think about it, right? If you look at this, right, like if you see the dude who taught him and he came back from the island and he's immortal and he got that
Yeah.
elixir, like you imagine how hard you had to be to fight them dudes, the
Bro,
Tenzin, on that
Yeah.
island because they've been
bro,
there 1,000 years, right? They've been
bro.
there 1,000 years, and his sensei comes back from the island immortal, unkillable. And I'm like, well, golly. And then this dude, he was, and Gabi Maru is the strongest of their clan. And I'm like, what
Right.
did you do to
Besides
this
the
dude?
leader.
Because, yeah, listen, because I don't know if you saw that fight with him and one of them Tenzin. And the Tenzin dude, he put
Oh
him, the Tenzin
yeah.
dude
Yeah.
was like, what in the world? That dude started thinking about his wife and he was like, all my training, if you gonna die, then you inflict as much damage as humanly possible. And that dude went nuts. Like, I was like, how you supposed to kill this dude? Like, how's a
And then
normal
his body
human?
went on instinct.
Yeah,
Right.
right. How you supposed to even kill this dude? This dude, like, even if you fight him, it's like a suicide mission. He talking about he gonna die trying to blow you up in there. I'm like, man, like, God, like, boy, like, look, you don't get me hype about too many things, but my
Mm-hmm.
Lord, that is just, you know
Telling
what it
you,
reminds me of?
I need to see the clan come.
Yeah, hey, look, it reminds
I
me
need to see it.
of, how you get them 10 episodes on like Netflix when you get a good TV series and they giving you good writing for them 10 to 12
Mm-hmm.
episodes you get. That's what this anime is like. To your point, G.
Yeah.
That I'm sorry, Professor, my apologies. To your point, this is what I'm talking about. Like, yo, the writing is just excellent. So, man, I mean, like, shouts out to the author of this manga, whoever came up with this. And the crazy part is the manga's over. That's the crazy part. The manga is
Yeah.
actually over. I mean, it's
Mhm.
only 123 chapters. And so, I mean, like we catching the. I'm kind of. I almost don't even want to read the manga because I'm like, yo, it's so good. I don't want to know how it is.
Almost
I mean,
all
Spoilers,
I'm
of
just
them,
right?
yeah.
DOC,
But
I'm gonna have to jump in real quick, man, because I'm gonna have to let some people know, like, hey, there is a bone that can be picked. You know what I'm saying with this anime. This is kind of
Ooh.
nitpicking, but I'm gonna throw
oh,
this in there. Um,
oh,
this is just my personal opinion, but the fact of the matter is something I was disappointed on. It's still great writing. I'm not saying that they did anything wrong, but this is just something that I got to point this out. Like, because in the beginning of the show, they show you that those samurai are hard. Like, they are not to be messed with. Like, there was that, like the U clan or something like that. Like, they are not to be messed with, right? Like, we're executioners for a
yeah.
reason. We are, top class
Yamado
nobility type. Yeah.
Yamado Asaman or something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what they're called.
And so like, and they do a great job at that in the first few episodes. Like, you're like, oh, like these dudes are not to be messed around. Like, when they go to the island, you got all those top class criminals. It's like they are not to be messed with. Like, they killing people like it's nothing. Y'all better stay in here, do what y'all told. And then you realize, oh, when the island get real, things actually start happening on the island. Things get serious. Then you realize, oh, these cats ain't that hard. Y'all actually are trash. Like, that kind of, like, it went downhill real fast because basically, like, they just got massacred. It
What?
was like,
So I gotta stop you, Mr. Conspiracy. So first of all, listen, I will tell you. First of all, ain't nobody came back from that island alive, so you can't say they trash if ain't nobody coming back, bro. Like, hey, listen, and then, like. Listen. Nah, it ain't the build up. Them regular people, they ain't on some sort. They there to watch
Professor,
prisoners.
the build up. The build up. Did I not build them samurai up to be hard, and then
Man,
they
what you
weren't
gonna
hard no more when
look,
the island came?
what you gonna do with a bee with a face on it? Cause you to get stung and you die. You gotta cut your arm off or become a plant. Like, how you supposed to know? Like, you talking about you hard? I'm pissing myself. I see a bee with a face. I'm pissing myself and I'm trying to get off the island. That ain't what you signed up for. You said an elixir. You said this stuff. You ain't say nothing about no insects with faces. You got Buddha statues running around slapping people and killing people. And then on top of that, you got the crazy criminals, the ones that
There
you
is.
hand selected for the best of the best to come there, and you gotta watch them. Obviously, you saw the dude in the red. The dude in the red with the eye patch on, he on here got murked. And I like, what was he supposed to do against that dude? Nothing. He
Well, he
showed
thought he
up.
was scoring because he showed
No,
up stepping like he
listen,
about to do
Yeah.
something.
I listen. You don't
What you
mess with
supposed to do?
listen. You don't mess with no man who don't talk. He grunt and he got one of his eyeballs out. That's all you need to know. That ain't the dude you go see. All right, that ain't the one you. When he got the prisoner assignment, he should have looked at them. Nah, I'm good, man. He dying.
One
We
time.
can. Yeah. Well, hey,
Wait
listen.
a
We
minute.
got it. Hey, we got to get out the round
Yeah.
table. You know, we got
Real
to.
quick, we got to give props due. I just looked it up. The writer of the manga and anime is Yuji Kaku. So I'm gonna give him
Oh,
a shout out.
shout.
He's the one who's
Hey,
created
shout.
that. So
Did he
Shout
do
just
out.
to get
anything
that
else?
out there.
Uh,
Doesn't really say. I'll do some more research into that. But
Okay,
Well,
yeah,
not
make
that
sure
I
you
can
give,
go,
see.
make
give his
make
due.
sure y'all go support the author and the manga and his team because it's an excellent job on putting it all together. So y'all make sure